okay. We can wait.
Just mute it.
Yeah, do what I need to do, dude. Fine.
Probably should talk while we're doing this so they can actually see and hear us, but you know. I have to see. Alright. I have tweeted, I've retweeted, and I have dropped it in all the channels, so we should be good after spamming everyone.
Yay, spam.
Alright. Chat room, if you are there, let us know if you can see and hear us. I did update the link. And we'll go
If
double check
not,
that
we're going to
myself.
assume we're talking to ourselves, and that's okay too.
Very possibly. Podcast live stream, because it said 304 on it. Yeah, I see my Dynasty shirt on there. Alright, I hear us. We are good to go.
All right. So once Mew gets back, we will.
Yep.
Have a show.
We will.
Do.
Alright, let me make sure. Does this sound okay, or is it too quiet?
It's kind of quiet from here, Bo.
It's too quiet?
It is kind of quiet, yes.
Okay, let me turn. Let's try. Let's see if I blow everyone's ears out now. Oh, no, that didn't do anything good. Alright, hang on. 0 there. Let me try it now. Is that any better?
I think it'll work.
Okay.
Whatever you were just playing, I didn't hear it in my ears. I heard it in your ears.
Okay. Well, hang
Oh
on.
yeah, I didn't realize that you were trying the test. I'm sorry.
Let me try this.
Yeah.
Nope.
We can't hear it, Boo.
I hear it from your headset, not ours.
Well, phooey. Oh, I know why. Hang on. Audio device. This one. And let me turn it down because I was blowing people's ears out. Okay.
That here. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I had the device output set wrong.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. I mean, we're streaming, so
Okay.
we verified it on the website.
Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Congratulations. We're sorry.
We have info on how to show off your style.
I'm afraid the stronghold is fully unlocked and operational.
What does New Braid and ESO have in common?
Well, Denkinia and Sparrow are here to fill us in.
And I'm pretty sure it actually is Denkenia and Sparrow. In any case, all that and more coming up now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 304 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alia Octa Est gaming community. The Die Has Been Podcast. I am Makala. To my virtual left and downstairs is Tetsemi. Actually, my physical left and downstairs.
I was going to say, I have a spreadsheet, but it's only to keep track of where I am in the war campaign on both the Alliance and the Horde.
Got it. And to our virtual right is Mewcow.
Greetings, gamers, and yes, Tiny Sylvanas is judging you.
She does that. This week we're here joined. Wow, can't speak. We are joined by our very special guests, Dan Kenya and Sparrow, who are here to talk to us about AIE and ESO. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thanks so much for joining us this evening. So, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this alphabetically tonight. So, Dan, Kenya, what have you been doing in and out of game?
In game, I've been working on WoW a bit, slowly leveling a character, and my main is at 115 right now, so
Nice.
she's getting there. I'm also playing ESO, of course, several times a week. Out of game, just working a lot, hanging out with friends, planning a trip to Disneyland.
Yay, brat. Okay, and Miyuka, what have you been doing in and out of game?
Pretty much just been living in WoW lately. Not too long after our last show, we had that new expansion drop that everyone's been talking about. So yeah, I've pretty much been living the WoW life, almost to the detriment of everything else, of course. And when I can remember, logging into ESO to get my daily rewards and to talk to the stable master and all that fun stuff. But yeah, pretty much WoW all the time, always, forever.
Yeah,
it seems.
I know it's so
'cause you're having
bad
to
that you
get-
dragged.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know it's so bad. Mrs. Mew even resubscribed.
Yeah, apparently I've been talking too much about it and watching too many videos, especially that Tevison and Evitel stuff.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's been pretty fascinating stuff. So yeah, I guess I must have kind of poked at it enough. She's like, you know what? I'm just going to play. But
Awesome.
amusingly enough, the first thing she did was play a Demon Hunter in Legion.
Of course.
Yes.
So, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Well, because you're having to get 2 tunes raid ready, one on the Horde side and one on the Alliance side, right?
Yep. So I got the Horde to 121st, which honestly, like doing both stories, it kind of felt like the Horde stuff should have been done first. Because then it made a lot more sense when you jump to the Alliance side and start doing the stuff there. I mean, even the opening like cinematics, you know, you're the Horde side, you're doing that, and then you're that breakout, and then on the Alliance side, they're kind of responding to it. So it works out there. And then later on in the story, stuff happens on the Alliance side. Horde is starting to just pop up all of a sudden. So it just makes sense. So, you know.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm glad I did it that way as well.
Yeah, worked really well. So that's been my everything, it seems, lately. So
Cool. And Sparrow, what have you been doing in and out of game?
So much fishing and werewolves. Fishing and werewolves. That is my life right now. There's a few achievements I've been chasing for fishing in ESO, and with the changes to werewolf, it's been a lot of fun. So yes, fishing and werewolves.
Nice.
Out of game, life, normal
Life.
things. Work, motorcycles, kids.
Got it. The good things in life. Well, not the work thing, because that just kind of enables you to be able to have fun with the motorcycles and the kids.
Exactly.
That is its sole purpose.
Yes. All right, Ted, what have you been doing in and out of game?
Oh, about the same as Mew. I did get Tet to 120. Got through basically as far as I can through the 3 zones. Got that story done. Got the final cinematic that wraps up the 3 zones done. I've done the Goblin dungeon, and I've done 2 of the 3 Horde dungeons, and have not done any of the Alliance dungeons yet because I'm waiting till I finish the story, and then I want to go see how the story works out in the dungeons itself.
Yep.
So,
Awesome.
but I've gotten I got to the 7500 rep into Honored with Honorbound, that part of the story. So all I have to do is get the rest of the way to Revered, and that unlocks the last part of the initial war campaign. And I will call it right now, there is no way this is not coming back to bite us in the butt very, very hard. Yeah, the second to last part of it that I just did, it was bad enough what we were going to do, but the surprise twist hook thing that they dropped on you at the very end of that is like, no, this is not going to end well. I can see this coming already. So I'm really looking forward to that. And like Mew said, I wanted to see the Alliance side of it because I want to see how the Alliance was reacting to it. Plus, I want to see what their story is. So I've got Tier Guard all done. So I've got that part of the story done, and I thought I was like maybe a quarter of the way into Drustvar. No, I'm 1 of 10 chapters into Drustvar.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the Voldoon area of the Alliance side or something. I might be close to being 2 of 10. I might have been close, but yeah, there's 10 chapters in Drustvar, and it's very interesting. But I can see this is going to take a while, and I hear Stormsong Valley is just as long. So
Neat.
Yeah, both sides seem to have this. It's not really a problem, but it's an interesting conundrum where your main quest will say, okay, here's this little tangent. Oh yeah, and while you're tangenting, here's this tangent, and while you're tangenting that tangent, here's this tangent over
tangents.
here. Yes,
yeah,
it's pretty much. Oh yeah, and then Billy Bob needs help over there, and let's go ahead and chase those turtles over there.
Yeah. So I just hit 116 on the Alliance side, and I am not using any sort of heirloom. I'm not using any sort of 5% experience gem. I'm just doing all the story, and you get XP like crazy. In fact, when I leveled Tet, I didn't even have an XP bar on, so I was never looking to see, well, how much do I have to the next level?
Mm-hmm.
I just let them kind of surprise me.
Right.
But I've got the third part of the war campaign for the Alliance that I need to go do because I've set up the first 2 bases. Now I have to set up the base in Zoldazar and let that play out. So that's fun. The only thing I keep forgetting to pay attention to is the mission table because the missions they're basically I'm looking for rep stuff and they're not that interesting yet. So...
Yeah, but I hear that they might have a chance of dropping equipment because the followers can get equipment, and we're also they don't make a big deal about it this expansion, but you are sort of kind of leveling your followers. It's not like levels like it was in Legion.
It's opening up equipment slots.
Yeah, it's improving their quality, but don't tell Rexar he's not max quality yet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you got to go and get your daily get bent from Garona. I mean, come on,
Yeah, and I can't help but make rude gestures back at her. She's just...
I know. She just invites it.
Yep.
But that's what I've been up to. So, yeah, I'm probably going to hit 120 before I get out of Drustvar and then spend 120 struggling to get through Stormsong Valley because of the way they did the equipment and pacing. But the nice thing is, at least on Tet, a lot of the world quests now are dropping 325 equipment. So perfect. I actually hit LFR ready on my Fury side because I got 2 good weapons. And I hate you, Blizzard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bring back the artifact weapon. Any class that uses 2 weapons or a weapon in an offhand is back to needing 2 good drops as opposed to just 1 good drop. And both my sword and shield are 300 right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
may I throw an amen in on the artifact weapons?
Yes. That was the biggest reason I like them was because it was 1 item and the item leveled and you didn't have to worry about it. You didn't have to worry about, oh look, a new dungeon's opening up. Now I got to get the next, 5 level better shield and the 5 better main hand now. So, but that's my mini rant. I'm really enjoying it. So
awesome. All right, so we're going to dig into ESO shortly.
Well, hang on.
Before we do that,
2 things. You're roboting a little, and what have you been up to?
Let me mute myself and then come right back.
And actually, for what I see, she's fine. It's actually Tetsis that's crazy.
I'm muting? Okay, cool. I will mute myself or roboting and be good.
All right. You sound better now?
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Tet, can you talk?
Oh, we've lost the Tet.
Nope, I'm here, but I sound really bad, so you guys all go.
Okay. So I've been doing the pen and paper thing or the Roll20 thing, depending on the game. Oddly enough, the game that I've been playing the most of has been Mage of all things, which is the game we've been trying to get off the ground as a party for a year now. We started out with some solo adventures, then combined 2 of the characters, now combined 3 of the characters, and three of us are together, and we have one session left with two of us, and then we're ready for all five of us to be playing together. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, our storyteller is not joking when he calls this game World of Darkness. Or we call this, we think about this game being in a world of darkness. It's intense, it's fun. And last night, pretty much I found out had we gone with the plan that I had intended, we would have all died. So, good thing we didn't go with that plan.
Yeah.
Yes, we have one more session there, get the whole group together. Our Thursday night game with a bunch of tadpoolers is going strong. We're in the middle of Storm King's Thunder. And we had a fun jailbreak a few weeks ago and are now trying to decide if we want to save the princess, go to the dwarves, or go into the fire giant den.
Save the cheerleader, save the world?
Yeah, this is an obnoxious elven princess. I want to smack her. Our Monday night game, which includes Tets and myself, which should hopefully get going soon. But that's okay, because right now several of our players are busy playing WoW. So
very
that
cool.
is what I've been. Oh, and then my every other Friday D&D resumes this week, which is great because, like I said, the last session turned into it's all fun and games till the moon turns into Cthulhu.
Of course, right?
Yeah. So that is what is going on with me, and we're going to go ahead and chat about ESO in just a few minutes. But first, shall we cover this week's news?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
AIE News.
All right. Welcome in Tetsemi news, really.
Wow.
In community news, welcome to Gusty Tail, also known as Kuchiku in WoW, our newest AIE community officer with a focus on WoW. Congratulations are in order.
Always.
Very much so. And in streaming and guild podcast news, SWTOR Escape Podcast 254 Power Level Party. This week, Seema, Max, and Astromech EPC dip back into the Sorcerer story on Corellia while talking about Power Leveling Party held by the AIE Guild on Tuesday. So that sounded like fun. And then on SWTOR Escape Podcast 255, Core of Corellia, Seema, Max, and Astromech EPC continue into the Core of Corellia and talk about patch 5.9.2a.
Awesome. And upcoming streams directly after this show, we have the ESO we'll be streaming. And since we happen to have two amazing folks from ESO, Kenny and Sparrow, can you tell us what will be going on?
Absolutely. There were 2 new dungeons released with the recent Wolf Hunter DLC, and we've decided that we're going to take Max through one of them. I believe Sparrow's going to heal. I'm going to zap things with lightning. And yeah, it should be a lot of good fun.
Wait, you're telling me you're playing a long-distance ranged character using an element?
Yes, huge surprise, right?
I am. So not your MO for, I don't know, the last 4 years of our gaming life?
We were all terribly, terribly shocked when she started summoning demons. It was a strange event.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, Kenny has a type. They normally throw fire, or they're warlocks. And sometimes they're warlocks that throw fire.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it. That's who Kenny is.
Yep.
She has
keep her away from ledges.
She has totally stepped away from her norm, though, and is throwing lightning now.
I saw that. Which to me sounds like she'd be perfect to play SWTOR and go dark side.
Yeah. Oh, no, she's just using the lightning to create fire. That's what it is.
Yeah, like Zappy Boy.
Yeah, Zappy Boy.
Yes. Perfect.
All right.
Kenny, we love you.
I know. It's okay.
I can't wait to have to review my next case at work. Needs more fire.
Yeah. All right, and in WoW news, just a reminder, we're now using the AIE LFO community for invites. Please see the AIE-guild.info/WoW-LFO for more information how to join the community, request an invite to the guild after receiving your approved Umami application email for each character. Do you have a style? Like we just said, would you like to show it off? Gusty Tail and Cyrene are hosting a Show Off Your Mog for Trial of Style. They'll be organizing guild members into groups of 6 to run the Trial of Style. This is a great time to earn your first place shirt for winning, along with currency to buy the transmog sets from the vendor. They're setting times for Friday, August 31st at 8 p.m., Saturday, September 1st at 2 p.m. and 9 p.m., and Sunday, September 2nd at 1 p.m., and Monday, September 3rd at 8 p.m., all times Eastern. We encourage everyone to group anytime outside that, however, and don't forget you need a shirt and tabard in your bags before queuing. You can always pre-create your transmog sets too. Good luck, and see you next weekend.
That's so fun. And in SWTOR news, mandatory fun nights this week will be on the Republic side. Make sure you join Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific to enjoy the fun. Conquest will be the Trade Emporium. Ops is Toboro's Courtyard. The Stronghold is fully unlocked for our guild, as we said earlier, and has both a large arena that is outfitted for custom hut ball or team deathmatch, and a small arena for small group or duels. There's also a beach for chill guild parties. Sounds like they're having fun over there. The mega event on Friday was fun and well attended. We got a pretty big group in our new guild stronghold and played around with the 2 custom arenas. It was called Revenge of the Huts. Fun was had by all, and everyone killed Max, like you do.
Yep,
Like
you do.
The next mega event will be on September 20th, with details to come. It will be announced on the Working Class Nerds next episode or on Escape Podcast, whichever happens.
And probably the next podcast as well, considering who the next guest is, but we're not worried about that right now.
Nope.
And in Star Trek Online news, Cryptic/Perfect World announced that coming this fall, it'll be the Age of Discovery. We'll get to see many of the Star Trek Discovery show stories put into game. They even mentioned in the release that they will have a new starting experience for captains wanting to create a Discovery Federation captain. The guess is that it'll be similar to the creation of the TOS captains. There might also be similar system to add those captains for bonus rewards when you unlock account wide. The Crystalline Catastrophe event is going on now for special rewards. The fleet is still progressing on various holdings, but can always use more duty officers for those activities. And there's something about a burning tree and fighting on the island. I don't know. I'm thinking people should be jumping into STO to find out exactly what's going on there.
All right. And in EVE, speaking of everything's on fire, all is hunky-dory. PvP activity is still at an all-time high as they continue their holy war against Test Alliance and their lowly mythical unicorn Russian Renters Alliance. The hobo wars are real, people. The hobo wars are real.
Yes.
And in Final Fantasy XIV news, starting today, August 26th, today, and ending September 17th, the Rising event returns. Celebrate Final Fantasy XIV's 5th anniversary as the Mithril Eye returns to search for the most fascinating of stories. Rewards for this event include a wind-up Serena, she's one of the Aura from the Azim Steppe region, and you can also get some fashionable earrings.
Nice. And Guild Wars 2's 6th anniversary is coming soon. In fact, it is coming on Tuesday. Annette never talks much about it, but it plans to. Plans. I'm starting that over again. Annette never talks much about its plans, but it's expected to have traditional sales in the gem store.
These are hard.
And speaking of sales, in Lord of the Rings Online, follow in Frodo's footsteps and get 20% off now through August 30th on select quest packs, 100% XP boost, mithril coins, max morale, and power scrolls. The weekly coupon gets you combat run speed boost times 5 with coupon code speed boost now through August 30th.
So you're telling me that I do quite enjoy coupons, but for speed coupons, I don't know. Anyway, with that, let's get back to our amazing guests, Kenny and Sparrow, and we're going to find out what's going on in ESO. Now, I do have to say, for those who aren't familiar with the history of AIE, they do kind of hold a special distinction. Sparrow started out New Breed, and when he stepped away from WoW for a while, he put it in Dan Kenya's hands. So it is quite cool that we have these two amazing folks together talking about ESO, which they both are very active in. So what's going on there, guys?
Well, I'll let Sparrow talk a little bit about the Wolf Hunter DLC since he actually has a werewolf character.
Yes.
Yes, two now have a small werewolf addiction, apparently.
Evidently.
Yeah, they've released 2 new dungeons. The first is a simpler hunt style. The combat itself is quite difficult. It's got a few phases you have to walk through, but overall it's a very good event. It has a giant deer-headed god in the background, so it's very much loved on my part. Yeah,
oh, it's creepy. Wow. I've seen that. It's they were showing it off before it launched, and he's just like very ominous, standing over there, just watching what you're doing.
And he's there throughout the entire thing. So as you're playing this, back your camera out and look up. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. The second one is a very intense romp through what was at one time the Werewolf Hunter's Keep that has been taken over by the werewolves, and it has giant Hulk-sized werewolves ready to take your face off.
Ooh.
I think I saw a fight where it was a giant werewolf, and there's a bunch of islands, and there's water going on, and he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And if you do the veteran, he like multiplies, and there's tons of him running around, and it looked chaotic and fun.
Yeah, that's the March of Sacrifice, and actually there's a little 3-part side quest within that one that if you accomplish it, you get a toy or a memento that allows you to turn into one of those giant Hulk-sized werewolves for a moment. Wow. It's a lot of fun. It's a great dungeon. It's well designed. It's challenging, but not overwhelming. The mechanics are learnable. It's not you have to face roll or you die 15 times. It's a good dungeon. It's well constructed.
Oh yeah, and apparently very difficult because the developers on the stream couldn't beat the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, you need to have somebody in there who's done it at least once or twice. When we ran it with a guild group the other night, it took us, I think I died, is 6 million a high number?
Yeah. It's the same amount of languages that Steve Brios speaks, so yes.
There was a lot of death involved, but it was a lot of fun, and there was a real feeling of accomplishment getting through there. They've also revamped all of the werewolf skill line for the people who've become werewolves. I was actually playing with it today. I made a new werewolf and went through to see how the leveling was. It's a lot smoother now. It's a load of fun.
Fabulous.
It's one that I haven't actually tried. In fact, I haven't tried vampires either, for that matter. But from what I've heard, the werewolves, are they stamina favorites, or how does that work?
Werewolves are stamina based. They give you stamina back while you're in form. Most of their abilities are while you're in the werewolf form, unlike the vampire, which is a constant passive. But you are a complete furry chainsaw when you're in werewolf form.
Complete furry chainsaw.
Yeah, I think they had to balance it because since the vampires get some of their perks all the time, the werewolves, they have to make sure that when you go in, because werewolving is, I don't know if they've changed it, but it's your ultimate. Like, it's instead of having like an ultimate ability like your class would normally have or your weapon would normally have, your werewolf form takes that place, and then you tell it go werewolf. But I don't know if they've changed that.
Nope, that's still the way it works exactly. Okay. The thing that they changed the most though was that you maintain your werewolf form longer from doing damage rather than from taking damage as it was before.
That makes sense.
So you spend more time in wolf form. It's a lot of fun.
That's good. I heard a lot of people complaining about the old way that like you yourself had to get hit. So basically tanks were okay with being werewolves, and that was it.
Yeah, it's almost like you had to be like rage filled to be able to do something with it.
Yeah, the old way could be frustrating because you could spend time, just a short amount of time in the werewolf form. Earlier today while I was playing with it, I went through pretty much all of Spindle Clutch, which is one of the early dungeons, in werewolf form without having to transform out.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it looks like Max said that he's willing to turn his Nightblade into a werewolf on the stream tonight.
Ooh.
That's what I was thinking too, is I have a Stan Blade as well, and that might benefit if that's in fact the case.
Yeah, I got talked into creating a new character when we were running the Rothgar dailies because the dailies can be done once per character.
Mhm.
So Sparrow and another guildie thug sort of encouraged me to create this character. She's a Khajiit, and she will end up being a werewolf Khajiit.
Sweet.
And
So
she's not a caster.
Yeah, she's not a caster. She's a Nightblade.
Ooh,
So
weird.
she uses daggers.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, totally
Khajiit.
weird for me.
Yeah.
But she
But
will
you'd
still
have
run
coin
soft
if you have
cliffs.
items. Anyway.
Yes, she will still run you off cliffs, but she takes half fall damage, so she doesn't die as easily as my Sork, who's
Yep.
a vampire.
Yes.
So.
Khajiit best raced.
Nice.
But some of the other things that came about when the Werewolf Hunter DLC went live is they made some changes to the base game,
Mhm.
such as the improvements to the werewolf skill line, so a new battlegrounds map, and some changes to the Alliance War. The thing that I was most excited about was the skill respec change. The way it used to be, you had to wipe all your skills in order to refresh them and start over if you wanted to make one tiny change. Now you can just change the one piece that you want. So it's a lot more affordable and a lot less hassle.
That's good, yeah, because otherwise they basically were trying to push you towards getting one of the like buying the full one from the store, because like if you kept doing the regular one, the in-game gold one, that just got more and more expensive. So that's good.
And
Yep.
the pricing on it's really good right now as well because they've made it 1 gold to change.
Nice.
They do that every time they change some sort of skills, like they did with the werewolf line. They generally will reduce the cost of changes to let people play with that,
Yeah.
which is really nice for them to do.
Yeah, I think they did it. Did they do that for Somerset too when it came out?
Yes, because of the changes to some of the base classes.
Yeah, and also with the addition of jewel crafting, people might want to move some of their crafting stuff around.
Exactly. So, and the only other information we have on that is ESO's Mandatory Fun happens every Friday night around 9 p.m. Eastern. Usually I live stream it, so you guys can watch if you're not in game, or feel free to join us. There might be death by clips involved.
And if they're not able to check out the live stream, is there any way to rewatch that?
Right now, the live stream videos are archived on my Twitch. I want to get with one of our powers that be and get it onto the AIE YouTube channel eventually. But they're there for about 30 days.
So, question. Mac has a question. How much have the base classes changed? Does he need to respec his Sork?
No, you don't really need to respec your Sork. Some of it was minor changes to skills to make them a little bit more usable. I think I made one adjustment to my Sork afterward, and it was just to get rid of a skill that is beneficial in some builds but didn't really work for me.
Perfect. Okay. And the AIE powers that be, by the way, do say that the YouTube channel can happen.
Awesome.
Yes. So go ahead and get with Max after the show, Kenny. I'm sure you guys can discuss that before you stream ESO tonight and get everything arranged with that.
Absolutely.
And our cliff diving will be saved for all time.
Forever and ever.
Always.
Yes. But can you cliff dive to go fishing?
The answer to that question is a yes. An absolute yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can do anything as long as it ends in fishing.
Got it. All right.
But I've got a good question for the two of you. So when Somerset came out, for some strange reason, other than getting jewel crafting and buying the boat, I ended up getting drawn over to Clockwork. So I haven't been able to spend as much time into Somerset. So since it's been enough time since Somerset come out, do you guys have any thoughts for that expansion to share with everyone?
I enjoyed it. I liked the story. I did Clockwork first, which I think made the story a little bit better for me because it tied back into something you do in Clockwork, and someone you encounter will make some comments about the activities you did in Clockwork. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the story. Some of the new dungeons were interesting and very easy to get lost in, and I get lost a lot in games.
You do.
There was also lots of places for me to fall off of, so that was awesome as well.
It's a beautiful expansion. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
And I will follow up Dan Kenny's advice. Finish Clockwork first.
Okay.
And then go do Somerset. But as you do Somerset, don't push hard through the main storyline. Do the side quests.
That's usually my style.
To tell you why would be a bit of a spoiler, but do the side quests, meet everybody.
Yeah.
And the Stygic is grindy.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with them yet.
You're closing portals and finding staff parts. It's a bit grindy, but the some of the spells that you get from their skill line are definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, I play mostly play a Stamblade, and so I haven't done as much stuff with the magic. But I hear Stygic has some fun stuff. That's why I finished the mage stuff, but I don't really do much with it.
As a Stamblade, go far enough in to be able to see the Stygic portals and stop.
Yeah. And there is an NPC that you get to help with that Stygic line. He is hilarious. And that's all I'll say about him.
Yeah, definitely. He is worthwhile. He is the funniest part of any game I have ever played.
Very cool.
Well, I do know basically my favorite character in the entire game is Raj. So I'm always happy when he pops up again and says hi. So I do remember seeing him in the beginning of Somerset, but hadn't, like I said, didn't really do much with it. So I haven't noticed what all he's been up to in there.
Yeah, he's definitely a big part of it as well, which is good. He's one of my favorites too.
Awesome. So any other ESO stuff that you guys want to make sure the community knows about?
I'm sorry, Keeney, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sparrow.
I just want to stress again, come to Mandatory Fun Night. It is a blast. Whether we've got 8 people or 80 people, we find something to do, and the conversations are worthwhile. Come play.
Awesome. And Max wants to know, are there any new armor sets and anything interesting there with this update?
With the werewolf update.
Yes. So gear-wise, I'm assuming.
There is new gear.
Yeah, there's new gear that the dungeons drop that's definitely stamina based. So sets of that would be good if you're running a werewolf, because most of those are stamina.
Cool. And any PvP, and what about PvP updates?
PvP, I know there was a new battleground that came out. As to more specifics on PvP, I didn't delve into it too much because I didn't do it before the changes. I've never been a big PvP person, so I'm not sure what benefit the changes would have made.
Got it.
There's fishing in Cyrodiil. That is the end of my comment on PvP.
And there's fishing everywhere, according to Sparrow.
Well, and we did take Mandatory Fun the week before last into Cyrodiil, and we actually took over a keep, which was pretty awesome because we claimed it in the name of our guild, so all the NPCs had our little guild tag over their head until someone else took the keep over later, but we've got a few screenshots of that.
Awesome.
And that's a screenshot means it lasts forever.
Exactly. And by the way, we had mentioned the AIE Twitter feed, a YouTube feed. Max did post it in chat, but it is go to YouTube and look for Alia Acta Est, and you will find it there.
Yep.
All right. So unless you guys have anything else to let us know about, that is going to be our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting titles, we want to thank Kenny and Sparrow for joining us. And as you know, both of them are going to be streaming ESO online after the show. So if we're looking for you guys online, out and about, where are we going to find you?
On Twitter, I'm at Dankinia, DANKINIA. And my Twitch stream is twitch.tv/DanKiniaPlays. And evidently also you can follow the hashtag Where's Kenny.
Yes, that is being resurrected this week. Not unlike a vampire.
That fills my furry heart with joy.
Yay! We'll make sure that happens. And Sparrow, how can we find you?
You can find me at Sparrowhawk1. That is Sparrowhawk with an E and the number 1 at the end on Twitter. That's about the only place I exist. Or if you're in Tamriel, look for water. I'll be nearby.
Exactly.
Just check the cliffs and make sure Kenny's not diving off them.
Right. Wait, can we go fishing for Kenny?
You may have to.
I think you just named my next band, Fishing for Kenny.
I will tell you this, in EverQuest, yeah, you had to go get corpses out of rivers and lava and stuff like that. So, yeah, you could actually go fishing for Kenny. So Yep.
Nice.
All right. If you folks have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at thepodcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at the Mew Cow. McCullough is at Cyberwave. And I am at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website, aie-guild.org/podcast-live-stream. And our Discord server for chat is bit.ly/AIE Podcast Discord. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all the great AIE member segments we received this week, including the triumphant return of Ask Buxley by @XBuxley.
Yay!
And Overly Dramatic News by Hunts the Wind.
Awesome. And next time, we're going to be joined by Marcus and Max, who'll be talking to us about AIE in Star Wars The Old Republic. So until then, AIE, this is McCullough.
This is Tetsemi.
This is Mewcow.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Dun dun.
All right. So we have some titles that are being put in there. Up to you guys to name or to choose the best title.
Fishing for Kenny is my bowling for soup cover band.
I'm not sure if that was a suggestion, but it is now.
It is now. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you do, Marcus. Yes, you do. And that's a good thing.
Yes. Is a definitely a good trait for a podcaster.
That's right.
All right. So our choices are Werewolves Love Fishing, The Furry Chainsaw Massacre, Fishing for Kenny is my Bowling for Soup cover band. Any others, guys?
There is some typing. Nope, just great show.
It is a great show. Thank you.
I'm forming a deep emotional bond to Fishing for Kenny, and there I couldn't speak now.
You were so verklempt that you just couldn't get it out.
I was so excited. That's a tear of real joy right here. Right here.
All right.
I am digging Fishing for Kenny as my Bowling for Soup cover band.
I like
That's fine with me.
it. All right. Great. Awesome. Well, thank you, chat room. We are going to skedaddle out of here so everyone can get back to stuff. I know Max probably didn't plan to start streaming this early, but just keep an eye on twitch.tv/AIE Guild, and he will get everything started up and streaming. So have a great time.
Thanks. It should be a lot of fun.
Thank
And we
you
will
so
see you
much,
in
chat room, for joining us.
2 weeks. Bring your lightsabers and lightning. Yep.
Yep, 2 weeks I'll be in the beginning of freaking out about packing.
Yes, there you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because you are going to be just about to move.
Well, I'm taking the whole week off before the move and the whole week off after.
And we'll play
that's
that by
good.
ear afterwards for the schedule for the podcast.
Well, I have a feeling I'll probably be well set up for it because the next one would be, let's see, September 9th, right? And then the one after that, it'll be the 23rd. So I'll have the whole week after we move to have things set up. So I should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just finding it all in the boxes. Anyway.
Yep.
No, I know. The computer's the first thing that gets set up.
What's the last thing to get packed up and the first thing to get set up?
Your computer.
So,
why wouldn't
right.
it be?
Chat room, I'm cutting the stream. We will talk to you later. See you in 2 weeks.